there's just something at this women conference that I went to that I keep thinking about, and it hasn't left my mind. And I was like, well, maybe this would be a good thing to share. I personally am like a huge researcher. I love to learn as much as I can via books, via YouTube, via people in my life on topics that I'm striving really hard to be good at. And two of those actually, is being a wife and being a mother. And I was convicted pretty hardcore at this women's conference. There's these two lovely older women that were there that sat next to me, and I don't even know how. We were talking about like the herb plants that were on the table, then all of a sudden it like escalated into this really deep conversation, and I kind of wanted to just share what they said to me. And maybe it's obvious, right? But like, I'm kind of influenced easily, and I don't know, maybe this is like the same thing, like, right? Like, don't go on the internet for advice. So like, take this and bring it before the Lord, because that's really like the important thing. But what they were sharing was, you know, about parenting and about how to raise them. And you really should be going to the women in your life that you see that have really well-behaved children, children that respect their mother, their father, that are helpful, that you could see the fruit growing in them, just like things that you desire to see in your children. That's where you should be going. You should be going to that mother and be like, hey, will you teach me? Because what I was doing was I was going to YouTube, and I was going to some books too, which I think that's okay, but the thing about the books is you have to make sure, and they emphasize this too, making sure that it's biblically correct and that it aligns with your doctrine. Because there's so many just fluff books out there nowadays that are actually going to just drive you crazier with the direction that you want your kids to go. It's going to be like the opposite. But so I was going to YouTube and watching all these different people and how to parent, and like, oh, don't do this, but do this and do this. Like by some of the people that like I actually like really respect a lot of like their teaching. But the thing is I don't see what are their children. Seem like I have no idea. Maybe good, maybe not. I have literally no idea. And so it's just like a hearsay. Like, I'm trusting that you're taught well. And there's been a few things that I've implemented into my parenting that I was like, that's probably why this area looks so rough. After talking to these women, and they just like strongly encouraged me, like, read from the word, look at the women in your life, ask them. They gave me their contact information too, so in case I had any questions. And then you can read some theological sound, like in agreement, like books. And I just thought that was really good, because so easily, because that's just how our culture is, right? We just like absorb all this information coming, and I haven't personally stopped to be like, is this good? I mean, you know, you kind of do. There's some things that like you could easily throw out the window, but it's like, and it's not necessarily what I was doing was bad. It wasn't. But it's not going to lead my children in the direction that I'm trying to lead them. And it is causing like these little hiccups that are going to be more difficult for me to navigate down the road. Whereas if I just, you know, look at the women in my life and take their information and how to do it, it's going to go a lot smoother. So I just thought that was really good information. And then even with, you know, they're sharing about like husbands and, same thing, like not to completely just go to the internet to get all that information, to once again look at these people that seem to have good marriages, that are also open about like the harder parts, so that way you actually can grow. You don't obviously want to be mentored by someone who is kind of like withholds. I mean, obviously they shouldn't share everything with you. There is stuff that should be private, but somebody who is open to share, like, this is how I navigate the hard parts. And you know, something that I'm convicted about that they shared, and that actually somebody after also shared, the two women, when I say they, was in arguments to say your piece, say it calmly, say it one time, leave it there. Don't sit there and keep going back and being like, well, what about blah, 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 blah. this is also where you do have to know your husband, because like my husband, for example, I could say my piece, and I should say my piece once, leave it there, and like if a week goes by, he might need a reminder. Just one more time though, not like blah 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 blah, like I asked you to blah blah blah. So there's like that little tip that they shared with me, which I thought was like really good. The other thing is like in arguments, not defending myself. You can say your piece and you could leave it there, and then you don't have to defend it any further, and you don't have to like argue back, and you could just be like, okay, like I said my truth. I'm gonna listen to you, hear what you have to say, and let it be. I mean, there is some things that you have, if it's like very, 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 very serious, like again, like not like fighting it, but like just being like, you know, this is really important to me. Explain the importance, and then leave it there. And then you have to trust that God gave you. Oop! I dropped my phone. Sorry. You have to trust that God gave you the head that He gave you, and that they know what they're doing. Wanted to share this one other thought before I forget. Reading Proverbs every single day. When you are looking for that wisdom and knowledge from the Lord, and you're asking the Lord for that wisdom and knowledge, and you are reading it, it is rich. It is rich. I mean, the whole Bible's rich, but specifically in parenting, I actually tend to read Matthew Henry's commentary, which you could get off Bible Hub, or you could probably just type it in, or even sometimes I just listen to it on YouTube to correlate it, to just get like a deeper understanding. Like my prayers have, like I began asking the Lord for my children to have wisdom and discernment, and like for them to understand His ways and to know His character, which I was doing that, but like the Proverbs really do go deeper into that, and like are good guidance on how to teach your children. And the commentary by Matthew Henry, for me at least, just helps me to understand it a bit more, to have the application. All right, I gotta go run in because my husband has to go to work, and I have taken a little bit longer than I meant to doing this video, but as a homemaker, because that's what I do, I stay at home with my kids, and this is something I had to learn. I had to learn this, and he had to learn this too, to like put his foot down and be like, no, I'm his helpmate. Me. He doesn't come into my life to help me. I come to his life to help him. And that doesn't mean that he doesn't help me. Like, he willingly will help do chores or whatever that I need help with. He sees the need. He'll help with laundry. He'll help with dishes. He'll help with whatever it is, watching the kids or changing them. It's not like he doesn't help me. That's not what I mean. But like, the purpose of this life is like, we're serving the Lord together, and I'm his helpmate. So the calling that God gives him, I'm here to help him. So as in, like, when he comes home, I'm not like, hey, like, I really need you to do this, 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 and this, and this today. Like, here, like, do it now, because that's what I need. It's more like, hey, like, these are my needs. When you could get to them, I would appreciate it. Unless it's like a truly time-sensitive thing, but then I'd write that on a list we have, a to-do list, and then he tries to get to it as soon as he can. I figured I'd take you guys along. I'm making homemade hamburger buns. I use active yeast because that's just what I have on hand. But so you do like 1 cup of warm milk, 2 1/4 teaspoons of active dry yeast, and 2.5 tablespoons of sugar. You let that sit for 5 to 10 minutes, and you're gonna look for it to be foamy. And then, so in here it's 3 tablespoons of butter, 1 egg, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1.5 teaspoons of salt. And you want the butter to be soft so it's nice and creamy. And then I'm gonna add up to like 3 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour, but I'm gonna stop at like about 3.5 to see where we are at. When I went on my shopping trip earlier, there was like, I have no idea how good they are, but sirloin steak burgers patties, which I've seen them before and they look really good, but they're like $20 for 4 burgers. I'm like, man, I'm not doing that. But today they were on sale for $8. So I was like, I suppose today's the day. If I'm ever gonna try them, it's the day. It's unfortunate how expensive red meat is nowadays. But so I think I'm gonna make that. I don't know if it's gonna be for lunch or dinner. The buns, once I get the dough all mixed together, have to sit for hour to an hour and a half. My kitchen, I think, runs a little cold because like it's right next to a window. And I think it's a very old house, like 1800s, and I think it needs better insulation. So it does run cold. I did have a heat mat picked up, or sat there, but for some reason I just picked it up. I use it all the time, but I like to set my kefir on it. So I should do a video on that a different day, or maybe even later, I don't know. But and it helps it to ferment quicker, I think. And like, it's just good for like sourdough starter, for seedlings, for all the different things. But I think visually I just wanted to see a tiny bit less clutter. We've been reorganizing our house, so everything has been in complete shambles. Not only that, but like we live in a like a flipper. Like our house is going to be flipped, so there's a lot of stuff that is undone right now because we are currently trying to sell a different flipper that we live in. That has been a journey on accepting your life, especially when you have babies and stuff. You like the nest, but I mean, there was this one lady at this one church I went to, and she's like, there's people that give birth and have babies in different countries where their floor is dirt. And I'm like, that is true. That is true. So let's try to remind myself of that what the kids actually need is love in the home. It doesn't need to be perfect or visually aesthetic. You can still host with what the Lord's given you. Don't wait. Just do it. I mean, make it sure it's like kind of tidy with what you've been given. Don't just not clean it or whatever. But because believe it or not, it is hard when you are in the thick of it and like things are getting redone and everything's like kind of crazy and unorganized. Like you do kind of hit like this mental wall where it's like, what's the point of cleaning? It's so like chaotic and messy in here. Don't listen to that voice. Clean the house. I actually went through like a weird little I guess you'd call it like a depression thing almost, because like the house was so unorganized and unkept that I just like didn't see the point in cleaning. Then all of a sudden, like I was like, you know what, like the house might not look like what I want it to look like, but like I can clean it. And I started to, and what a difference. What a difference. It was weird. I don't know what that was. It wasn't even quite postpartum. It was like pre-kids actually. It was just like such a transition from having such an orderly, organized home to like us getting married and like living in like, I don't want to say chaos because it wasn't completely chaos, but it's definitely unique. It was a unique situation, guys. So any of my sisters, if you're in that situation, just keep doing your thing and tending to what the Lord has given you. So that, I would say, is mixed fairly well. I like to use my hands to make sure like the butter is like mushed into the flour. I feel like your hands are the best tools, so you just have to start with clean hands. But I think I'm gonna add the yeast now. Like I said, after that it's gonna sit for like an hour and a half, and we will take off from there. Babies are still napping, Doe is resting, and now I have the choice of, do I tackle this giant mound of laundry, which half of I already have folded. There's my cat. Bootsy. Bootsy Boots. Hi, buddy. Who's a pretty boy? Yes, you are. Oh, you don't have to get up, buddy. I was just saying hi. Hi, buddy. Good morning. Anyways, finish that. Or do my workout routine. I've actually already decided before I asked that question. I need to do my workout routine because that helps me with my longevity, helps me with my family, helps me with my energy, helps me with my husband, helps me with life, whereas this laundry, it will wait. But obviously I have to do it tonight because it is on the bed. Sometimes that's life, right? Like we have to choose those hard things. I think, Booty Boy. Oh, yes, you're a little love bug, huh? You're a little love bug, huh, Booty Booty? Yes, you are. He is a 17-year-old boy. I've had you since 2000. Well, early 2010, so he's 16, just about 17. times, I do want to show you guys the workout that I do. It is walk at home. You can find it free on YouTube. I love these videos, and when I actually do them, I really do start losing weight. I started getting undisciplined a little bit because we rearranged the house like I was just mentioning, and we were trying to figure out everything, and that was just all consuming, like completely consuming. So I got off the track with that, and that's been no bueno. So I've made a very strong decision. I'm starting this again this week, or I have started again this week. So I have to do that today. That's another reason why that has to be my decision for that. But you could look it up, walk at home. I think it's so fun, and I think it's pretty easy, but there really is real results. Try for yourself. I don't know. It's fun though. So these are the kind of like videos. It might be flipped for you guys. Walk at home. 15-minute walk. 2-mile walk. 1 mile. When I first started, I did 1 mile. That was nice, but like I just felt like I wanted more. So I tend to stick with the 30-minute 3-mile walk currently. So we'll just choose this one, 3 mile.
Walk and kick. Come on, legs. Let's go. Kick, kick, and kick, and kick. That's good. There's 8. There's 7. There's 6. There's 5. 4. 3 and 2. Walk, 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 walk. Always. Yeah. All right. Hold it straight out. Opposite side. Get ready. And all you do is extend the arm and bring it back. Now we've got the pace. Let's take it. There's the beat. Kick back. Kick back. This is called a tricep kickback. You're going to the gym, you may as well learn the name, right?
I'm to the point where I'm dividing the dough into 8 sections. Sometimes I weigh them. They should be about 95 to 100 grams each. You flatten them into like a flatter circle. You could use a rolling pin if you want. I'm gonna do this quickly because my kids are starting to wake up. Maybe quick isn't the best. I'll just do one for now. But so then you pull the edges to the center. And then you do the same technique when you're like trying to seal it for like sourdough. I like to like tuck it under a little bit. So extra. Pulling it away just helps to seal the bottom. I just like to give it an extra little pinch. Nice and tight. Boop. Boop. Alright, I'm just going to repeat that process. They're going to puff up on the cookie sheet a little, then we're going to bake them. We're going to let them rest for 45 minutes or so. They'll be our hamburger buns, and we're going to egg wash them and then cook them, but I'll bring you along with that point. At that point, I gotta cook the base. These are not even, and this is egg wash, but I'm just going to brush this on them quickly. I should have used my scale, but I ran out of time. They're all puffed up, and then they're going to go in the oven. 375 for 15 to 18 minutes. I'm going to sprinkle a little sesame seed on them. Let them rise for 30 minutes, yeah. But I'll show you when they come out. I figured the small ones would be cute for like kid-sized burgers, and then I could just freeze the rest. That's kind of my thought. And the reason that we do the egg wash is to get that nice, shiny, golden brown color that you see on hamburger buns. Using my pizza stone for one and my cast iron cookie sheet for the other. I don't know how they're going to do on the cast iron, or on the pizza sheet. Guess we'll find out. Here they go. All egg washed and sesame seed ready to go in. So I just got done buttering them. I put them under the towel and butter them so that way the crust will be softer, moist. These were the pizza stone ones. These were the cast iron, but the cast iron were on the top or on the bottom shelf, so I don't know if some of the heat got blocked. That might be why they're a little bit paler, but they have a nice golden color, so it's good enough for me. Those ones are really golden. I'd like a middle ground, but that's okay. But they turned out quite yummy looking. But I'm just gonna let them cool. The tea towel helps the moisture stay in a little bit, so it just creates a little bit more softer dough. My husband is taking us out for a surprise. I have no idea where we're going, so I have to get outside and I don't know. So those will be for dinner, and maybe I'll take you guys along for the surprise depending on what it is. A little quick thing for moms with diaper bags. This is a 31 bag. We found it on the side of the road. Someone was throwing it out, but this thing I actually love. It's kind of huge, and I do want to find maybe a couple more internal bags for like to separate, but like I could fit so much. I have like our reusable dirty diaper bag. I have wipes. I just use a Wagyu towel jar, but I put wipes with some homemade wipe serum. I have the diapers. I have sets of clothes in there, but this thing just like holds everything, and it's like kind of cute. It's not that hard to hold. I think I am missing the strip. I don't remember if it came with it or not. So maybe I'll have to look online for one of those, because I would like it as like a little bit more of a diaper bag, like as a shoulder strap. But so first we stopped and got some of this frozen Italian ice. I did mango and strawberry. I've been sharing it with the kids. So good. They just started getting it back in stock, so that's why my husband wanted to surprise us with it. And currently here's inside of the store of Walgreens, which he said there's a surprise in there, so I'm not sure what's in there. I guess we'll see. And we just got done with the thrift store. Oh, I guess we'll see where this evening's going. It's been fun so far. A little bummed though, because at the thrift store we're just at, they had this beautiful like patchwork coverlet. Drop it. Hold on. There you go. One of my babes went in the store the other one's out here with me. Yeah. Did we have fun at the thrift store? Yeah. But it was so pretty, and I'm pretty sure it was a king. But here's almost certain that inside of it was polyester. I couldn't tell. I thought it kind of felt like cotton, but he was right that it felt like smoother than the cotton that was on the outside. So there's no tag. I looked. I'm so sad about it. Looked kind of vintage. It was so pretty. I've been on the hunt for a coverlet, but they are so expensive online. So I've been going to the thrift stores. This was the first one, but we're gonna go to one more thrift store, I think. I don't know his plan. We'll have to see. Yeah. Yeah. I forget to mention, when we first started, there was when we first left the house, there was this beautiful dog. It was white and black, but like it was like white with like black spots. And I'm like, oh no, like it's just like running loose. So my husband like pulled over and it came right to him. Super friendly, so we called it to the car. And we have a hometown page in our area, and I posted onto it asking if there's anyone's dog or if anyone recognized it, and someone did recognize it, and they gave us the direction. And thankfully the lady was out in the park looking for it, which makes total sense, because like it was like right across from our house, but like there's not a road, so like it's for like a car, like, or even walking, like it's a distance, but for a dog it's like a really easy walk. But so we were able to return this beautiful dog. She was so sweet. She was a mix of a lab and a Dalmatian, which was like so shocking to me, because like Dalmatians can be kind of aggressive, I guess. But she was so sweet. Yeah, they were like really in there. But also at the thrift store, something that I did find was, and it's like on those shelves, like one of these boxes. Like you see these at thrift stores kind of often, and like you don't typically like look in them, but I did look in them today. And I mean, maybe it's not like the greatest deal, but I found a lithium battery for the V6 Dyson charger, so for the vacuum, and I have one of those. The batteries are quite expensive. I remember found one just kind of a while away to go get something, but it was like 20 bucks. What are they doing in there? What are they doing? You have some Brother's water. Yeah, but I'll have to show you guys.
My favorite part.
This back section over today has been a very long day, but it was a beautiful day. We had so much fun and family time, and I got so much stuff done. And I wanted to show you guys though. I got this glass. It's a mug actually, but it's embossed. You can kind of see it's like iridescent, kind of. I'm trying to show it in the right light. It's like a blue. There you go. Iridescent. Just a big old one. It could like withstand up to like 500 degrees Fahrenheit. You cannot pour boiling hot water in this without it being heated up though, because I had a pink goblet style I got it from the Dollar General and I loved it. I poured hot boiling water in it and I cracked it, and then Dollar General completely stopped selling them, and I was so sad. I even emailed the company asking if they had any in the warehouse, and they don't. But my husband's so sweet. He took me to the Dollar General today, and this was there. And they had a pink one. I didn't love the pink one before. I saw the pink one. I was like, meh, I don't really want that one. But then this blue one was there. I was like, I don't know. Like the way that it's iridescent, I just kind of like it. I just want like a special cup to have, like, you know, my like matchas or coffee or bubbly water, that kind of stuff. And so it was really sweet of him. We went to the thrift store one last time. We went to 2 different thrift stores, but it was fun. The babies are sleeping. I picked up the living room just a little bit, but your girl, she's ready for bed. I just got done putting the last bit of clothes away. Probably gonna make some lavender and chamomile and oat straw tea. I want to start doing these stretches. There's these stretches I saw someone say that helps to help you fall asleep better. I want to start doing that, but I'm exhausted tonight. But I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me today, and I know we did a lot of different stuff. I was not planning any of that, but it was pretty fun, right? Yeah. All right. Well, you guys have a good and beautiful rest of your days. Bye.